That's right, you heard me. The temperature of your shower, it's too warm. Yeah, listen, I get it. I know what it's like. Coming home after 14 hours at the gym, there's nothing better than taking a hot shower and literally washing away the stress of the day and unwinding before bed to where you have to get up and do it again the next day. I get that. But what if adjusting the temperature of our shower could actually help us de-stress? So our body doesn't differentiate between emotional, physical, and psychological stress. So it doesn't matter whether you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger or a member just put in their cancellation request. Our body reacts the same way. It kicks up our sympathetic nervous system, basically our fight, flight, or freeze response. But if we can adjust the temperature of our shower and take cold showers, then what that does is it actually stimulates our vagus nerve. And our vagus nerve is the gatekeeper to our parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and digest. Now, before I continue, I want to make sure that we understand I am not a medical professional, and some of these claims are simply from firsthand experiences that I've read about or talked to people about. Sometimes there have been studies done on this stuff, sometimes there hasn't. Sometimes they're scientific studies, sometimes they're not. So if you ever have doubts about anything like this, seek medical advice from an actual trained professional. So some of the benefits that we see from cryotherapy or cold therapy is a muscle soreness and, help healing. So basically, as we know, strenuous activity or injury, our muscles get sore, they get injured, and so studies have shown that cryotherapy can help alleviate that muscle soreness and speed up recovery. If you've ever heard of ice compression elevation, that's where that came from. Or this is one of the reasons why we've seen an increase in cryotherapy clinics over the last couple of years. Another big thing is inflammation. Cryotherapy has been shown to reduce inflammation, especially chronic inflammation. So listen, just like you, I worked out for many, many years doing hard, intense CrossFit style workouts, and so I know that my body's been super sore and inflamed for a very long time, and cryotherapy can help with that. And last but not least, cold therapy has been shown to reduce anxiety and depression by 50% in certain study cases. All right, so now we understand why cryotherapy and cold therapy are so important, but how do we actually do them? So what I'd like to do now is go through a list of different cold therapies that you can practice. We're going to go from the most effective to the least effective. So the first one is a large body of water. Actually, it doesn't need to be large, but really any body of cold water. So stream, a lake, a river, an ocean, any of those things work. Just simply jump in. This also actually helps with something known as grounding, which we can talk about in future videos. Next up, we have actual cryotherapy clinics. This is where you go, you pay money, and you strip down, you put on gloves and sometimes a hat, and you hop in this giant tube for a short duration of time, and well, it's pretty cold. But again, if you're willing to pay, this is probably the second best option. Third is ice baths. So find a giant tub. Stock tanks work super, super well. Fill it up with water, dump in some bags of ice, and slip in for a chilly 20 to 30 minutes. Now, ideally, we want a temperature around 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, but if you don't have a thermometer, stick your foot in. If it's cold, you're good to go. Next up, cold showers. We finally reached this spot, right? So if we can't do any of the other three, a nice cold shower is a great way to do it. And one way to get started is literally just at the last 30 seconds of your normal shower, turn down that dial, turn down that temp, get it nice and cold, and stick in it for about 30 seconds. Then ideally we'd want to work our way up to 2 or 3 minutes every day if we could. And last but not least, splashing cold water on your face. Now this is the least effective method, but again, if you've got nothing better to do, well, give it a shot. When you wake up, splash some cold water on your face. It also will help you wake up as well, which is always an added benefit. So let's recap. We're stressed out because of our sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive. We can activate our parasympathetic nervous system by stimulating our vagus nerve. Cryotherapy can do just that. Cryotherapy benefits are muscle soreness and healing, inflammation reduction, as well as reduction in anxiety and depression. And how do we do it? Hop in a cold body of water, go to a cryotherapy clinic, hop into an ice bath, take a cold shower, or splash cold water on your face. I hope this helps, and I hope this gives you some type of self-care method where we can start to prevent some burnout. Listen, I'd love to see you do these things. So if you're in, post in the comments below which one of these protocols you're going to add on a daily basis. I can't wait to see it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.